one vision that I think we might benefit from considering in terms of how we understand the dynamic of community. And communities have to be places at the center of which are ideals and hopefully people who keep those ideals clear and keep them strong. And because they keep those ideals clear and strong, what they generate, what they generate, can you hear me? Yes. All right. What they generate is a centripetal force at the center of community. So if you imagine, like when you take a bath, right? And you take the stopper, take the stopper out, all right? What does the water do? See, it swirls, all right? It swirls. So you have this phenomenon, right? Now, this is the center of community. What we want to do as a community, to be successful as a community, and a community that consists of Muslims, all right, of all different kinds of levels, all right? We want, and this is for especially the people who see themselves as playing a special role as leaders of whatever type within the Muslim community, who see themselves as preserving the integrity of the community, all right? What we want to do is we want to conduct ourselves in a way, right, that we add centripetal force to those ideals. So when it's turning that way, yeah, if it's turning this way, all right, anyway, we'll get the message here. If it's turning that way, it's drawing people what? It's drawing people in, all right? And that's where places like this come into play, where Muslims have a place to come and enjoy friendship, where Muslims have a place to come and enjoy instruction, to share ideas, to reinforce their values. That gives a centripetal force to all of this. And once it starts spinning, it begins to draw people in, all right? In fact, it will even draw non-Muslims closer to this because of that centripetal force, all right? But that centripetal force, it requires the kinds of hearts that are able to get beyond the individual self, the hearts that can think on communal terms, all right? And one of the things that requires is that we as a Muslim community reacquire a sense of mission. You see, if you and I are involved in a common mission, all right, we may have a difference of opinion. We may have a disagreement, all right? But because we share a mission, I can only go so far. You see what I'm saying? In acting out that disagreement with you. Why? Because I know if I take you out to play, then I've done what? I've jeopardized the mission. All right? And oftentimes, the way that we react to each other, it is really a reflection of the fact that we no longer have a sense of mission. And we no longer recognize each other as all being a part of the mission. All right? You can't do Islam here by yourself. And neither can you. And neither can you. And neither can you. We need each other. Really, literally. All right? And so the concept of community, he may be a weak Muslim, way out here. But as long as the community is functioning in a healthy way, you see what I'm saying? All right? If it's functioning healthy and that centripetal force is going, where do you think you'll be in 10 years? At least there. You get the point that we're trying to make. And this is how dynamic communities work. All right? But when division and rancor and misunderstanding and yes, jealousy, envy, all right, negative competition, when that gets here, what happens? Doesn't clog it up. I wish it did just clog it up. What happens? It reverses the revolution. And it turns into a centrifugal force. And it starts doing what? Spinning everybody out. Spinning people out. All right? Spinning people out. All right? So within 10 years, instead of being here, he's here. 10 years, he's where? Further away. All right? And that means that those of us who see ourselves as holding some special role in the community, we have to be mindful of the community. All right? We have to be mindful of the community. All right? I mean, as the prophet was, even in ibadat. All right? I mean, this is a model of community that says, look, we all have our role. We all have our role. Okay? And that's not just shar'iyat. And this is one of the other problems we have in terms of community building. All right? We need more. To be a community, a real community, we need more than just religious scholars. We need more than just religious instruction. All right? We need everything that goes into what a community, what a civilization is. You go home tonight, what are you going to do? Don't lie, because you can go to hell for lying.
Pray.
Okay, pray, then what? Huh? Go to bed? Netflix. All right, what else? Go read. All right. You see, this is what I'm trying to get at, and then I'll stop here and we can open questions. How much of Netflix, and I'm not making a value judgment here. Everybody relax. Relax. But how much of Netflix is going to reflect your values? How much of what you read, how much of that is written in such a way that would add to this centripetal force? We don't need literature. We don't need poetry. We don't need art. We don't need humor. You mean we go to the masjid, pray, go back out into that world, and we're absolutely dependent on everybody else for everything else we do? That's a formula for schizophrenia. I'm not joking. I'm not laughing. I'm not joking. The world outside reflects nothing of your values, your sentiments, all right, your sensibilities, okay, all right? That's part of that centripetal force. And that's why we need our artists, all right? All right? We need our comedians. We need our fashion designers. We need all of that. And we need to recognize all of that work, all right, as Islamically valuable. As what? As Islamically valuable. And of course, art has parameters, all right? Right? Humor has parameters, right? Fashion design has parameters. Islamically speaking, we're talking about, all right? So we're not talking about simply laissez-faire, okay? But we cannot just, we cannot ignore, all right, the realities that we live every day. People live not in the world of theology and law. People live in the world of culture and relations. That's where they live every day, all right? And so that all has to be a part of that. And the whole point is a healthy community is a community where that centripetal force, all right, is drawing people in, okay? And how we get that going, okay? I mean, that's a theoretical question. That's a point of discussion, all right? But understanding that as a community, we have to be able, all right, to try to, I mean, that's what ideals are all about. It's all about drawing them in and getting people to be the best that they can be, all right? and not worrying about everybody not being saints because the centripetal force is going. Okay? Because they might not be that today, they might be that tomorrow. And if they're not that tomorrow, they might be that 10 years from now. All right? So that's just a concept of community that hopefully, will enable us, to think in more organic terms instead of, this zero-sum term. And that either we're a perfect community or we're nothing. That's a danger. All right? That's a danger because that will breed a sense of helplessness. All right? And people will give up.